evening to all. First of all, I express my thanks for Policy Circle for improvement in quality of life indicators. As per the Niti Aayog evaluation, it is the highest performing state with 74, the score. The lowest is UP. And Human Development Index is 0.84, highest in India. And lowest infant mortality and life expectancy is highest in India. And sex ratio also favoring to females, women. And another important point is it has got a decentralized system of governance. And it has got about 35 million population. And of this, more than 12% is geriatric. I points out that as far as Corona is concerned, COVID is concerned, this high-risk group is concentrated in Kerala. And along with the demographic transition, Kerala is having a epidemiological transition. More NCD risk factors are in Kerala among the geriatric age group. And it is all as per the 2011 census, 50% of Kerala area is urbanized and population density is uniformly distributed. So it favors any infectious disease to human transmission, it favors. And what are the enabling background to face the pandemic in Kerala? Kerala historically have invested a lot in social sectors, especially in universal education. And in the independent India, the PDS was first started in Kerala in 1950 itself. And literature, the literate is high and exposed to media, and it is supposed to be empowered population and has got good health-seeking behavior and demanding high quality of health. And primary health system, all our health system in public health system compared to other states, it is efficient and the people are more politically active and in any program, wider community participation in health. And there is no much difference in caste or religion in Kerala. And as Dr. Anthony have mentioned, Kerala is the first state introduce the decentralized plan. The powers are set decentralized by participatory planning since 1996. And the powers are transferred to local self-government and power as well as functions are transferred. And also the Kerala have got experience of similar outbreak, Nipah in 2018. So the health system is equipped to the very well aware about the contact tracing, isolation, and that things, as in the case of the present pandemic. And also previous years, Kerala, the PRI system, Panchayat Raj institution, and the community are supposed to flood in 2018 and 2019. So that experience helped to tide over the pandemic. And the first in India, the first case was reported from Kerala in January 2020 among the expatriate students from Wuhan in January last week. And before that, January 13, the January first week itself, Kerala started containment strategy in place even before the case was detected. And from before the cases were reported from India, January 3rd, entry screening of travelers from China were well instituted in all the 3 international airports. There are 3 international airports in Kerala, small state. Entry screening of travelers was started. And the WHO published its warnings to the Asian countries on January 26. And before that, the state prepared and circulated guidelines for screening, testing, and admission to all levels of healthcare from state to the PSCs all over Kerala. And the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 as a pandemic on March 11th, and day before itself, March 10, as a part of social distancing measures, the schools were closed, large gatherings was banned, and public was requested to avoid gathering, even from worships in Kerala, 1 day before the pandemic announcement. And March 16, in order to prevent community transmission, man-to-man transmission, breakthrough campaign was started in March 16. And the public water facilities and soap were kept in all the public places. April 20th, government order mandatory use of mask in all public places. And this is an article written by me. For the first 100 days, we have got more than 500, 600 cases till May last. And out of these 80 cases were among the expatriates, and the rest 19% were only with the household members of these travelers. And no community transmission was reported from Kerala due to the strict vigilant measures for the first 100 days. And during that time, these are the response mechanism. Response mechanism was not top down. It is 3-tier in the district level, LST, Panchayat Raj level, and the Panchayat, there are wards. There is 3 level. The institutional mechanism were decentralized. Levels and the responsibilities are very spelled out. It was local need-based micro planning, and the community was very well empowered. And this is the time level responses of the pandemic. And coming to the health delivery system, we have got, as I have mentioned in the first slide, we have got a well-organized public health system, and we have got almost more than 850 primary health centers and 250 community health centers and more than 5,000 sub-centers. The radial distance is very less compared to other states. We have got primary health centers as per the Rural Health Statistics India report, only 3.5 kilometers radial distance, and community health centers in every 7 kilometers. That is the regular public health system functioning. And over to that, during the pandemic, we have built up more than 1.25 lakhs extra beds. In the primary level, it was with the FLTC, primary level treatment centers, 50,000 beds and 17,000 beds in secondary level, and tertiary extra beds in every tertiary level hospitals in public and private. The COVID converted to COVID hospitals without suffering affecting the regular, the usual health system. And it is coordinated by state disaster management authority, and special funds, rupees 4,300 million were allotted to LSC from plan fund. And till October, we can manage with these facilities. And after October, we used till August, we kept all the patients in the hospital in the FLTC and SLTC and COVID centers. And only after August, we had to shift to home care and domiciliary care. And there is a decentralized system of governance. And before the pandemic, in the first months itself, we have conducted vulnerability mapping at the ward level, Panchayat level, and resource mapping was done by Panchayat Raj system as the grassroots level workers as well as volunteers. And during the complete lockdown in March, starting from March 24, no starvation deaths were reported from Kerala. More than 1,034 community kitchens are functioning in the state, feeding more than 2.5 lakhs per day for the 3 to 4 months continuously. We respected migrant workers, interstate migrant workers are our guests. 4 lakhs, they were fed during they have given shelter and food during the lockdown period. And women self-help group, Kudumbasri, with a large organization with more than 45 lakhs female membership. They have started 15 budget hotels in 15 districts in different places, and they have provided meals for rupees 25, and also they have provided home deliveries also. And during the whole this COVID period in Kerala, 80% of the families who have got ration card had received food grains. Food kits are supplied to the still. Now we are continuing this, and in the vulnerables, in the wards, those who are old age, bedridden, those who are BPL families and disability, and those who are with NCDs, the essentials are supplied to their home, the door delivery, medicines, and ambulance services provided. And these are all coordinated by the ward level volunteers as well as ward level members. And about our social capital, we have got more than 26,000 ASHA workers, along with the formal junior public health nurse. The female health workers in Kerala is known as junior public nurse, and the male health workers, JHS. There are more than 5,000 people, and we have got 33,000 Anganwadi workers as well as adding the helpers. They also act as a social capital during the time. and Kudumbashree workers, more than 45 lakhs volunteers. Along with that, we are having registered volunteers. Already, we have got more than 70,000 volunteers, voluntary activity. We tap that energy. And ward level, every ward, we have got a rapid response team under Grama Panchayat, 978 Grama Panchayat and 65 urban Panchayat. We have got RRT, and they are managing. They have got 24-hour control rooms, as well as daily they are updating the data. And they are, during the search period, they are having also war room also. So this is managed at the local level, at the decentralized level. And they are exactly following the primary and secondary and tertiary care system in LSC level also. And this is a picture after that 100 days from June. We have started unlocking along with the country, and till that December 20, there is with these activities, our state can delay the peak, and there is the public health people are demanding. We are trying. Some sort we can able to flatten the curve, and all over India, the surge, the peak was on September, October month. In Kerala, there is not such peak. It was happened only in late October and November. We can delay that system. We can equip our system, and after January, there is coming down. The cases are coming down, and ICMR all over India to know the infectivity rate, a zero prevalence was conducted in January and February months. And all over India, the average zero prevalence was 11.4. All over zero prevalence in India is 21. At the same time, Kerala, it was 11. And showing that we have only half the infection rate. And almost in the February, March, the infection rate is coming down, death rate coming down. And we have got assembly election. During that time, COVID time itself, we have conducted some LSG election, local self-government election in December, and assembly election in April. And along with the genetic mutation, along with the second wave in all over India, we have got second wave in April due to Delta wave. The Delta wave is perceived to have the effective reproductive rate of 8.10. 8 to 10 people. It can infect, secondary infection can happen in 8 to 10, and previously it was 2 to 3. And now, during the second wave period, we have got maximum positivity rate, total positivity 49. Now it is persisting on 10 or 12 per day on last weeks. Death, we have got maximum 100 per day. And during this surge in the second wave, maximum bed occupancy in Kerala was reported 60 to 70%. There is no choking of beds or ICU or oxygen unavailability reported in Kerala. And most of the cases, as per the reports, 90% of COVID patients admitted in Kerala, they have admitted in public facility, free of care, 90%. And rest have got the financial benefit from CAS, the Kerala state-run health insurance program, and in which 252 private hospitals are also enrolled. And government clearly and strictly mandated 50% of beds in private hospitals to be allotted to this COVID care. And during January 16, along with the country, we started our rollout of vaccine. First, healthcare workers. Now, with the uptake rate is now more than 90%, and frontline workers also 90%. And now vaccine wastage is least in the country. We have got the vaccine the vaccine utilization factor is 1 ton. 400 doses, we are utilizing 1 ton people without any wastage. And during the period, we have used technology for transparent technology for public health benefit with the transparency and accountability. IT services are accelerated for planning and response. And for this, COVID dashboard was prepared by state dashboard. It is open to all, reporting all the positive cases, outbreak, location, quarantine, hospitalization. Also, using the IT technology, 24 control rooms are functioning. And through this, the officials can monitor the entire situation The committee can coordinate from the ward to the district level as well as state level. And direct Disha, there is a tele helpline Disha. People can 24/7 helpline. And along with that, in the middle of epidemic, we have started e-Sanjeevani telemedicines implemented from primary, secondary, tertiary level, all levels. We are having Sanjeevani platforms for telemedicine, and people are utilizing it. And second is, along with the pandemic, we have got infodemic to overcome to fight the infodemic, and also to data dissemination. IT technology was used. One is COVID Jagrata for updation of data. This is Kerala online YouTube channel. And second is dashboard. And another is important is Kerala online chain and inventory management information dashboard. Any essentials, grains, atta, oil, the availability, anybody can know by clicking this site. And second is about the transparency and the accountability of the data. About the mortality rate, there is a lot of discussions going on in the media. And a few early of in the middle of last year, there was a publication about the data transparency about the Indian states. The green one had got the maximum transparency. And in Kerala, it ranks second in all over India, data transparency in the upper graph. And mortality, according to the latest analysis, it was found that the multiplication factor in COVID mortality is only 1.6 in Kerala. In other states, it is 6, more than 6 or 20 like that multiplication factor. The 1.6 is comparable to America or European countries. So that in our, we perceive that here the civil registration system and death odds in COVID is it is very ethically going on, and also have got accountability. And second is during COVID, the left side, the graph, the picture show that there is a digital divide in the world. Only 30 to 40% of people are having accessibility to digit, and inside the digital world there is gender gap. The females are neglected. But in Kerala, it is not the situation. Illiteracy is very high. Even the females self-help group, as well as the volunteers, they are managing with the Kudumbashree unit, and Kudumbashree, they are having 1.9, almost 2 lakhs WhatsApp group are working among them. Along with the other literacy, we are having illiteracy also, and media exposure and social media exposure is high, and there is no gender gap. And that is reflected in vaccine uptake. In most of the states, there is a gender gap in vaccine uptake. In Kerala, there is no gender gap. And about this for vaccination, we had to register in CoWIN app. The digital divide is not existing in Kerala. It is evident by the vaccine uptake. In Kerala, till July 7, first dose are taken by 47% of the eligible people, and the vaccine second dose is taken by 15.6 people. And another is during the COVID era, the COVID pandemic, the school education is uninterruptedly going on. And the recent independent agency surveys shown that online education accessibility, 95% of the children at the age of 5 to 18 have accessibility to internet as well as the smartphones or computer in their home. And next, this important point of is in public health is political will and responsiveness. And along with the pandemic, all over the world, there is pandemic corporatization or pandemic, their exploitation. It became a market for commercialization. And this graph shows the internationally the rise in price of masks, gloves, or PPE kit gowns have gone up. And in order to control, the Kerala government have they have controlled the price, and there is price ceiling of COVID service also in private hospitals. It was also controlled, and also 50% of the private hospital beds are earmarked in Kerala. So that is this show the responsiveness of the government. And coming to the public trust, and all over the world, the bubbles are burst. The trust of the government have burst. And along with the COVID mortality, there are political casualties. And in America to Israel, they are thrown out of power. And also, the public trust is reflected in conducting elections also. During this pandemic, Kerala conducted local self-government elections in 2020 December and state assembly election 2021 April also. And the same ruling party has come into power with more majority. That shows that there is public trust in government during COVID. And about the
Dr. Tayal, I beg your pardon. Dr. Tayal, I'll beg your pardon. Actually, we have a stipulated time period of 15 minutes for every speaker. I think
within 2 minutes, we have 2 slides only. 2 slides only.
Okay.
There is intersectoral coordination. Intersectoral coordination reflected by all the departments are working intersectoral, not compartmentalization. All the departments, LSC. NST second week, the planning, the future strategies. We include other elder people, the vaccination strategies are framed. And also for TB cases, case pending, intensified case pending started, and preparedness children have started for the expecting the next wave. So, what are the lessons learned in short? British Academy recently published 7 policy goals to shape the COVID-19 decade. One among them is build the multi-level governance structures responding to local needs. Second is need strengthen and expand community-led social infrastructure that enhance the local results, particularly in most deprived areas. And lessons learned from Kerala, as per my reading, is decentralized governance, importance of resource allocation to health, investment of building capacity building, development of social delivery system. Thank you.